You know, sometimes there are those days where things just happen and you might click the wrong button. And, guess who did it today after the lovely show with Stephen went out to the Confidence on Camera Live with Lottie page. But bless him, he has been kind enough. He's found out what the issue was. So we'll tell you about that quick news in a moment. But I want this to just be a boom, let's whiz through it show. So let me bring on my guest who was with me before, the amazing Stephen Healey. Hello, Stephen, again.
Hello, Lottie, again. This is Deja Vu. I mean, given all this, we know what we're doing. Well, we know what we're doing, but just first,
we know what we kind of know what we're doing. But I think part of this shows that even with tech, no matter how great it all is, it's all down to the users and knowing what these buttons all mean. So, could you just explain what we think I might have done earlier?
Well, there are two possibilities earlier. There is you can actually have a continuous show, and that's done for places like zoos, where they stream 24/7, and Facebook says, okay, press this button and the stream will be continuous, it won't stop. And that's possibly what happened. The second thing is we know that there have been one or two little glitches on Facebook today. So that's a second possibility.
That could be a possibility. But hey, that's great to know, actually, Stephen, that because we've had conversations in the past where we've stayed in Be Live and we thought the timing out was a Be Live thing, but that's not, you said.
No, Facebook normally places a limit of 4 hours on live video, but you can override that by pressing the button that you pressed earlier, possibly.
Okay. So ideal if you're organising a virtual summit like we do with Ladies Go Live, and organise the virtual summits when you're going to be doing a live show all day long and inviting guests into the same green room like we are with one guest link. Yeah.
Indeed, and that way you could change hosts, you can change guests, and you could just take a 5-minute coffee break and come back. Yeah, and place it, show a card while
we can have photos and things in here, so you could just have a holding slide in here and some music playing in the background or something to during the coffee break, really, couldn't you?
There are possibilities, yeah. I mean, there's always a way.
See, we're learning. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, every day, folks, with live stream, you are learning every day. But hey, Stephen, let's come back because I want to get your expertise that we were sharing earlier, just in case we have lost the show from earlier. So what I'd like to do is to, in a nutshell, to get Stephen Healey. Who are you? Why do you go live? What's the power of live? And who are the people that you're watching? If you can do that in a minute, we will be fantastic. So let me put you on solo and let's hear what Stephen Healey has to say about the power of live.
I discovered live video 2 years ago. I've not looked back since. I am an internet streaming specialist, and I have courses on Udemy and trained thousands of students over the last 2 years so that they can go live on Facebook for the first time ever using BeLive.tv. And there's sort of when somebody does that, if somebody does a successful first show, they will go on to do more. And that's my job, to make sure that people have a successful live experience first time around. Live video is the most fantastic way to reach out to your audience, and that can be a business audience or a social audience, and you can interact with them and you can turn your audience into participants. And quite simply, you can build a following. Now, it's not done in a day. It will take you months to actually do it, but it's a journey worth undertaking. If your business is thinking of going live, now is the time to do it. Lottie and I are pioneers. We enjoy doing this. We really do enjoy doing this, and you can too. And that's another key is enjoy doing it. The first broadcast, you'll have nerves. After that, just carry on. Now, I've met some fantastic people all around the globe. I've got over 500 friends who've met on live broadcasting. I just want to name several of them, and they are in no particular order. In the UK, Ian Anderson Gray is a super guy. He was at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego presenting. My long-term friend on live videos, a gentleman called Joe Leaker, who is a music teacher in the USA. And in addition to teaching music, he promotes independent bands. He's into indie music, and he's been doing the show now for over 2 years, helping live bands to make it on Facebook. And then a dear friend of mine in Pakistan is Rabia Nazir Mahmood, who started the show with me last year and now is broadcasting in Pakistan and in India, doing her part to bring the two countries together using live video. She broadcasts from a mobile phone, and she's very adept, very personable, and a good friend. And of course, Lottie and I have a friend in common in RJ Redden, who is the queen of messenger bots, and she's just fantastic. My tip to you is, when you go live, just be yourself. That's all you can ever do. And if you are yourself, then people will listen to you and come to know, like, and trust you. That was probably more than 60 seconds.
No, that's lovely, Stephen. That's absolutely perfect. Thank you very much. And then the last thing, if you could you just share from your tech point of view, what are some of the hot tools that people are using right now to actually go live?
Well, I think to go live, people are using BeLive.tv. We know a lot of friends are actually on BeLive. They're actually using other tools to help. And those tools are Hootsuite and a program called TwitTime, which I used to promote the show before you go live, Canva for making show cards, and finally, at the end of the day, we know that only 30% of the views come when you're live, 70% come afterwards. So what you can do is to repurpose your show, not only on Facebook, but on YouTube, Vimeo, and on your blog. When you're live, you're actually creating content. And this is one of the simplest ways to do it. If you got to sit down and write a blog, you would scratch your head and you'd be thinking about it and it'd be worrying you. Go live for 30 minutes and you've created hours of content that you can actually repurpose everywhere. So in summary, Canva, Hootsuite and TwitTimer, and repurpose. And
that's repurpose.io. I've popped the name there for you. So Stephen, thank you very, very much for just jumping in to do some of those name shout outs, and let's have a big wave in a moment. Let's get your name up there as well, and a big wave to everybody in.
Hello, Singapore. Hello. Go live. Okay.
That's brilliant, Stephen. I love it, because for anybody who might be watching who's jumped in here, I think April Roger, hey April to you. We're redoing this very, very quickly from our show earlier, which Muggins here might have pressed a wrong button here. So Stephen, thank you. I really appreciate you jumping in here again. And that's I will definitely make sure we've got a nice big shout out. And if you're happy to have your name added to the list of everything that I'll be sending out to all the speakers of Singapore, you will be in there, because April was one of the people who mentioned your name and said you have to have Stephen on the list there as well. And as one of my go-to BeLive helpers and all the tech help that you offer, big thank you, Stephen. You are so generous, so kind with your time as always, and you are very valued and highly appreciated amongst us in the live stream community.
Thank you, Lottie.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And folks, see you. I'm going to be out at an event tomorrow, so I will see you probably live from the event. Hopefully we'll catch a couple of speakers who are there sharing some of their tips of what they do with live and who's hot to watch in their part of the world tomorrow. See you then, folks.
Bye.